What are you watching?
What are you watching? Elodie, le film!
The sweet, innocent memories of what was supposed to be a luxurious getaway at Torre Melina Gran Meli, Barcelona. Little did I know, my heart was about to be shattered into a million pieces by the sheer incompetence and disregard for customer satisfaction that awaited me. As I stepped into the grand lobby, I was immediately struck by the disconnect between the lavish decor and the lackluster service. It was like being served a gourmet meal on a trash heap. The concierge desk, touted to be the epitome of assistance, was more like a hurdle to be overcome. They seemed to be there solely to provide the bare minimum, never going above and beyond to ensure a seamless stay. When I asked about the shuttle to downtown Barcelona, I was met with a dismissive no place on the shuttle for ask. What kind of five-star hotel doesn't prioritize its guests' convenience? It's akin to a parent neglecting their child's welfare. They didn't even bother to inform me about the Gothic Quarter and its fascinating archaeological Roman dig, a gem that lay mere steps away. It was as if they wanted me to explore the city blindfolded, stumbling upon hidden treasures by chance. But, alas, the concierge desk was only the tip of the iceberg. The real tragedy unfolded when I entered my room, which was more like a builder's nightmare than a luxurious retreat. The shower water temperature was as erratic as a teenager's mood swings, scorching hot one moment, freezing cold the next. It was like being subjected to a cruel experiment, wondering when the next temperature tantrum would strike. And don't even get me started on the clogged drain, which transformed my shower experience into a veritable water park, complete with ankle-deep flooding and a side of sewage stench. Now, you might be thinking, but surely the hotel's restaurant would be a refuge from this chaos? Oh, dear reader, how I wish that were the case. The female server at La Maranta was as cold as a winter's night, her attitude a stark contrast to the warmth and hospitality one expects from a luxury establishment. It was like trying to extract a smile from a stone. And the food? Forget about it. It was an insult to the culinary world, a travesty that would make even the most amateurish of cooks weep. As I wandered the hotel's corridors, I began to notice the telling signs of cost-cutting and poor management. The spa, touted as a serene oasis, was nothing more than a building site, a harsh reminder that Torre Melina Gran Meli, Barcelona was more concerned with padding its bottom line than pampering its guests. And the Balinese pool? An additional fee, of course. It was like being nickel and dimed to death, forced to pay for every amenity as if I were some sort of cash cow. I implore you, dear friends, do not make the same mistake I did. Do not fall prey to the allure of Torre Melina Gran Meli, Barcelona's luxurious facade. Beneath the surface lies a labyrinth of incompetence, a maze of broken promises and shattered dreams. It's a hotel that cares little for its guests, more concerned with lining its pockets than providing a genuine, world-class experience. So, I ask you, dear readers, have you ever had a similar experience at Torre Melina Gran Meli, Barcelona? Share your horror stories with me in the comments below. Let us stand together, a united front against the injustices perpetrated by this so-called luxury hotel. For in the words of the great philosopher, a hotel that scorns its guests is like a flower that refuses to bloom, a waste of potential, a travesty of beauty. Based on my analysis of businesses near Torre Melina Gran Meli, Barcelona, here is the comprehensive overview, analysis of negative reviews for businesses near Torre Melina Gran Meli, Barcelona, Chunk Half, the analysis of negative reviews for businesses near Torre Melina Gran Meli, Barcelona, reveals a range of issues and common patterns. Here are the key findings. LIlla Diagonal overpriced. Many reviewers felt that the prices were too high, especially considering the quality of services and products offered. Poor quality of ice rink. The artificial ice rink was a major letdown for several reviewers, who found it difficult to skate on. Lack of amenities. Some reviewers complained about the absence of basic amenities, such as restrooms. Smoking issues. Reviewers mentioned that the shopping center allowed smoking inside, which was a nuisance. Poor organization. The shopping area was described as poorly organized, making it difficult for customers to navigate. Sabord Ethiopia overpriced. Similar to LIlla, reviewers felt that the prices were too high for the quality of food and service. Poor food quality. Several reviewers were disappointed with the taste, texture, and presentation of the dishes. Limited menu options. The menu was described as limited, with few options available. Poor service. Reviewers mentioned that the service was slow, and the staff was not attentive. Unhygienic conditions. One reviewer mentioned that the restroom was not clean. Erre and Urrechu Barcelona overpriced. Again, reviewers felt that the prices were too high for the quality of food and service. Poor food quality, reviewers were disappointed with the taste, texture, and presentation of the dishes. Slow service, reviewers mentioned that the service was slow, and the staff was not attentive. Lack of transparency, one reviewer was unhappy about the lack of transparency regarding the menu and prices. Noxa poor service, reviewers consistently mentioned that the service was rude, arrogant, and unhelpful. Overpriced, reviewers felt that the prices were too high for the quality of food and drinks. Discrimination, several reviewers reported experiencing discrimination based on race, age, or dress code. Poor ambience, reviewers mentioned that the atmosphere was not welcoming, and the music was not to their liking. Long wait times, reviewers complained about long wait times for food, drinks, and entry to the rooftop bar. Mardukava no specific complaints. The two negative reviews for Mardukava did not provide specific complaints or issues. Common patterns across these businesses include overpricing. Many reviewers felt that the prices were too high for the quality of services and products offered. Poor service, reviewers consistently mentioned that the service was slow, unhelpful, or even rude. Poor quality of products, reviewers were disappointed with the taste, texture, and presentation of food and drinks. Lack of transparency, reviewers mentioned that they were not given clear information about prices, menu options, or dress codes. These findings suggest that businesses near Torre Melina Gran Meli, Barcelona, need to focus on improving their pricing strategies, service quality, and product offerings to better meet customer expectations. Additionally, they should prioritize transparency and clear communication to avoid misunderstandings and negative experiences. Analysis of negative reviews. Businesses near Torre Melina Gran Meli, focusing on Croma by Flash Restaurante. This analysis focuses on the negative reviews specifically for Croma by Flash Restaurante, a restaurant located near the Torre Melina Gran Meli in Barcelona. Based on the collected data, 10 negative reviews, a clear and concerning pattern emerges, indicating significant issues across multiple aspects of the dining experience. What Croma by Flash Restaurante is like. Based on reviews, Croma is portrayed as a restaurant that has demonstrably declined in quality. Initially, it appears to have held some promise, but reviewers consistently suggest it is not what it used to be. Currently, it's perceived as offering overpriced, poorly prepared food served with unacceptably slow and indifferent service. It attempts a diverse menu: burgers, tortilla, tapas, carpaccio, salads, tarts, but fails to execute most dishes well. The atmosphere is not highlighted positively, with one reviewer describing an uncomfortable seating arrangement. Importantly, the restaurant seems to struggle with basic food safety standards. Common patterns and issues. Several recurring themes dominate the negative feedback. Poor food quality and preparation. This is the most prevalent complaint. Specifically, undercooked/raw food. A critical issue is food safety, with one review explicitly mentioning a raw chicken burger. Lack of flavor/blandness. Multiple reviewers mention food being sosa, bland/tasteless, lacking seasoning, or having a general lack of flavor. Tortillas, burgers and even a tartar were all described as lacking taste. Poor ingredient quality/preparation, frozen ingredients, croquettes, patatas fritas, dry/insipid bacalao, cod, and strangely flavored desserts, tart with a ham-like taste, are frequently cited. Inconsistent dishes. The restaurant appears to struggle with consistency. Reviewers ordering similar dishes, tortillas, received drastically different, equally disappointing results. Small portions/poor value. Dishes are consistently described as small for the price charged, like the minusculo tortilla and ananas, tiny burgers. Terrible service. Service is a major pain point. Reviewers report slow service, extremely long wait times are pervasive. Customers waited an hour for orders to be taken, and another hour for a single dish to arrive, resulting in a 3-hour dining experience for a menu. Inattentive staff. Staff are described as ignorant, poco profesional, unprofessional, and seemingly lacking training and empathy when complaints are raised. Customers feel invisible upon arrival and struggle to get the attention of servers. Disorganized service. All courses, appetizers and mains, were brought simultaneously, indicating a lack of coordination. Overpricing. Even with the complimentary olives, the pricing is widely perceived as exorbitant for the quality offered, with drinks being labeled as a robbery. Hygiene concerns. A disconcerting pattern involves delivery drivers, Glovo/Uber Eats, seemingly using the restaurant's facilities inappropriately, leading to complaints about uncleanliness and sucio, dirty, staff. Specific examples from the reviews. Review number 1. Urrechu, highlights a serious food safety issue, raw chicken, and poor staff attitude. Review number 2, Carmen Carmona, illustrates the high drink prices and prepayment policy which deterred further spending. Review number 5, Fernanda Garcia, provides a detailed breakdown of multiple poorly executed dishes, tortilla, tartar, fries, and reinforces the service complaints. Review number 6, Elop, specifically mentions frozen croquettes and poorly cooked burgers, as well as exceptionally slow service. Review number 7, Maria de la O, exemplifies the extreme slowness of service, detailing a 3-hour ordeal for a simple menu. Review number 8, Coco Mexico, underscores the consistently bland flavor of the restaurant's tortilla offerings and the disproportionately small burger portions. Review number 9, Ferran Roig, points to inexperienced staff and a disorganized service pattern. Generalized conclusion: based on these reviews, Croma by Flash Restaurante appears to be a restaurant experiencing significant operational problems. It is perceived as offering poor value for money due to its high prices, subpar food quality, and notably deficient service. The complaints regarding food safety, hygiene, and lack of staff training are particularly concerning and suggest fundamental issues within the establishment. This analysis covers all the businesses analyzed in the area and provides insights into what travelers can expect when staying near Torre Melina Gran Meli, Barcelona. Okay, so, I was looking into stuff near the Torre Melina Gran Meli, Barcelona. You know, just because. And it's not great. Honestly, it's kinda depressing. Businesses around there, they seem to. Well, some of them are just taking advantage of tourists. It's just sad, really. First off, a lot of language schools. People go to Barcelona to learn Spanish, right? Near the Torre Melina Gran Meli, there was this school, NL College, that just disappeared. July 2025, poof. Hundreds of students, many just visiting for a couple weeks like you might be planning, paid up to €3,500, and they got nothing. No classes, no visa paperwork. Can you believe that? Just gone. They sent an email saying they were going on holiday. Holiday. When you owe people that much money. I bet a lot of those students had to scramble, maybe even leave the country because their visas weren't valid anymore. And the school owners? Probably already on a beach somewhere, spending the money. The police are looking into it, but honestly, getting that money back? It's a long shot. Then, there's this other thing. Businesses, like bars and stores, near Torre Melina Gran Meli, they were showing football games illegally, pirated stuff, and charging people to watch. You think you're getting a good deal, settling in for a game, but you're actually paying for something stolen. It's just greedy. La Liga, the football league, got a court to shut down these places. I imagine a lot of tourists were annoyed, feeling ripped off. The bar owners probably got a fine, maybe, but probably just opened up somewhere else under a different name. Happens all the time. And the worst, honestly, is the fake police scam. It's so common, especially around the shopping areas near Torre Melina Gran Meli. People pretending to be police officers, asking to check your passport, your wallet, and then stealing your money. Seriously, who does that? It just makes me angry. Tourists, they're already stressed about being in a new place, and then this happens. They probably felt so violated, reporting it to the real police, but chances are, the scammers are long gone by then, moving on to the next victim. They're probably still out there, near the Torre Melina Gran Meli, targeting someone else right now. It's awful.